This is the judgment of angels. One by one, the fallen will answer, and heaven will render its final word.
In the dawn of mankind's history, an angelic being rebelled against his creator. Subtle and cunning, he did not wage war with weapons, but with whispers. With a sculptor's skill, he carved idols into the hearts of God's image bearers. Under his influence, altars and temples rose to honor false deities. The blood of the innocent flowed. Truth was exchanged for lies.
Order in the court of heaven! All rise for the King of Kings and Lord of Lords!
Melkor, once tasked with guiding human culture and creativity for God's glory, twisted that influence to promote idolatry and draw humanity away from true worship. Today, before the throne of judgment, he must answer for his rebellion and the souls he led astray. This is the trial of Melkor, the architect of idols.
Melkor, former guiding angel of human culture and creativity. You stand accused of high treason against the Almighty, of ensnaring mankind in idolatry and leading countless souls to destruction. How do you plead?
I plead not guilty. I gave them what their hearts desired. If they chose false gods over the true, their blood is on their own hands.
Let the record show the accused's lack of remorse.
I present the charges, inspiring the worship of idols, accepting sacrifices due to God alone, deceiving kings and prophets, and seducing God's children to profane their souls with abominations like child sacrifice.
They were weak. I merely opened the door to what they wanted anyway. Is it my fault the Almighty remains silent, distant, invisible? I gave them gods they could see, touch, control. Their worship was their choice.
You dare blame the sinful creatures you preyed upon. Call the witnesses.
The prosecution calls Elijah to the witness box.
I, Elijah, stood alone against the 450 prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel. I challenged these idol worshippers to prove the power of their so-called God. They cried out and danced in vain all day long. Then I prayed to the Lord on his altar drenched with water. Immediately the fire of God consumed the sacrifice, the altar and the water. The people fell face down, crying out, "The Lord, he is God." I then had the prophets of Baal seized and executed. For there is only one true living God, the Lord.
The prosecution calls Zerai to the witness box.
I served in the courts of Cush, draped in glory but empty inside. When I came to Jerusalem, I came seeking answers. I left with a name, Jesus, and that name lit a fire in my bones. I returned home burning with truth, but the altars of my land burned with something else. Melchior had not left Cush. His priests wore gold and spoke with silver tongues. They welcomed me, then accused me. They said I had betrayed the gods of my ancestors. They demanded I bow to fire and statue.
This is cosmic treason. You didn't just break rank, you broke creation.
The prosecution calls Teresa to the witness box.
I never saw him in flames or shadows. But I saw him in the neon glow of false promises, in temples made not of stone but of screens, in the pursuit of self over sacrifice. I have walked through cities where he wears the mask of progress, of pleasure, of control. He whispers that God is outdated, that truth is relative, that fulfillment is found in the next thing, the next thrill, the next self-made truth.
The court has rendered its final decision.
Melchior, you twisted my good gifts into weapons against those I love. You authored abominations, deceived the weak, and reveled in their damnation. You rejected me and exalted yourself as an idol. I am the only way, truth, and life. All other paths lead to death. You have sealed your fate. I find you guilty of rebellion, idolatry, and the murder of souls. I strip you of your crown and cast you into outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth for all eternity.
Not myth. This is not legend. This is a glimpse of eternity, where rebellion has no hiding place, and the weight of glory cannot be mocked. One judgment rendered, countless more to come. The court remains in session. What you've just witnessed is a dramatized account, built on biblical truth, but portrayed through creative storytelling. While the names, charges, and courtroom details are fictional, the reality is not. There is a coming judgment, a day when fallen angels and all who defied God will face the righteous judge. Revelation 20, verse 11 to 15. And the saints, redeemed by the blood of the Lamb, will reign with him and share in his justice. 1 Corinthians 6, verse 3. Let this not be mere entertainment. Let it stir your heart to worship, to holiness, and to hope. Because if God will judge angels, how much more should we walk in the fear of the Lord? Stand firm, the kingdom is coming, and justice will be done.
The court has rendered its final decision.